Yay!
I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
You don't tell me what to do, you fucking weirdo.
What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case?
To be honest, I'm not really
I'm
sure.
not either. Do you know what this is supposed to be?
I mean, I do, but I don't want to be like, oh, well, if you did believe. Because the fucking autopsy, whatever, doesn't say anything about a burn, so they didn't do anything with that. It's on his wrist, on his right hand. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging in the hope that I might uncover something useful.
Yes, you're right.
I am?
If we can just link the burn to that case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again.
Ugh.
Just give up, Council. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed. I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture.
But if we had evidence? Evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it?
I would, yes.
To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face.
Ooh, really?
Really?
I have to find some link between that burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means.
I still don't know
Let's do it.
what it is.
Well, here's the main
Oh, on his
table-y
plate!
thing.
On the
What?
plate, on the plate.
Oh, the bowl on the fucking plate!
Oh.
That shit came out sizzling. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. My university collar pin! Yes! What's this, counsel? Yet I skipped my line. Oops, hold on. Wait, hold on. Ryunosuke, stop talking. Hold on. Yet another print. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, rookie! What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a bit longer, if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How?
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy!
Bluffs.
If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in the photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn?
The fork. Yes.
The beef?
Where is it? Where's the proof? Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate?
If
Ah!
Maya was here during all of this, she'd be fucking dying from how hungry she is with all the steak talk.
So true. So true. I want a steak burger, Nick.
Your Excellency, are you alright?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! this emblem on the plate and the victim's burn are exactly the same shape!
Ah!
Ryunosuke, you genius.
This emblem is hot, like it's on fire, like some kind of fire emblem.
Oh my god!
You're spot on.
You can't bring in your fucking anime titty chess game into this.
Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Objection! But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before. The day before that, it most likely happened at some other unrelated time.
Well,
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie. I said the fucking name wrong. It's the fucking easiest name to pronounce in the whole fucking game. Ouchie!
ouchie!
The chances of that are extremely slim.
Thank you, Jim Carrey.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But...
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. Damn, that's a long time. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have winced in pain.
Oh my god.
I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're a detective, not a waiter!
Oh! Welcome to fucking an hour ago, ouch.
Yeah.
Yes! There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in
Oh,
pain.
so was this post-mortem?
Maybe. There's no question of that. There's no question of that.
And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day or any before it.
That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Well, yes, I suppose. Hey!
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think?
My vision's going black. Oh, no. Can it really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap.
Oh?
There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson
Was already
was already dead, right? No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting... Yes. It's only possible if the man was already dead.
Already?
Dead? Oh, she hates us.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. Hell yeah. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead!
No!
That's madness!
I forgot to say
No, that's
I was
okay.
like genuinely
Oh!
enraptured with the story.
Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once! The victim was killed by a gunshot!
That's right, that's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student who clearly has no grasp of the facts.
Objection! No, Prosecutor Elchie. It's you who has no grasp of the facts. Oh!
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered the burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet?
Oh no, he's dying.
Your Excellency, the court must hear from the witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it.
Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement.
But Your Excellency...
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency.
I hate her smile. I hate the way she smiles at us.
What was that smile?
Yeah!
Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours.
Miss Brett, you speak Japanese?
Well, of course I do. I am studying in your country after all. What? Oh, that's me again! Fuck! But I keep forgetting I'm the judge for some reason. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible.
Girl!
Oh no, she's racist.
I hope she's a murderer, cause fuck her, bitch.
But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen.
What the fuck?
So I conceive that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're the epitome of a true English gentlewoman.
Racist and beautiful.
We are truly honored by this. It's a lavish consideration to you graciously afford us.
I don't know if I like this woman anymore. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson.
So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter.
She finally fucking speaks.
Things are getting interesting, Ryunosuke.
Oh, witness testimony. The victim's death?
Death? Question mark.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his fist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, The post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative This country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
Jesus!
I'm a racist, did you know?
Goodness.
That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Easy does it. I hope that is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone.
Girl, you just went on a racist rampage.
Not so, not at all. It is a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. It seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today.
The Minister of Justice?
May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
Girl.
What, huh? Thanks? Was that a prayer then?
Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up a cross-examination now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Alright, what the fuck has this bitch got going on? Annoyed when the phone ran burners, just like that. And the waiter brought my steak. The professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides a gunshot. Did it? Fatal hemorrhage. Okay, it did. If there's some other way. Okay.
There are many ways.
Without leaving a trace. If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height, however a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body.
That's not true.
Quite right, dear lady. And as a police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosalang?
As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. There would be physical traces with all those causes of death. That's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark.
Like poison.
If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Ugh.
Oh no, perish the thought calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question. On my honor, I, Takatsuchi, will cut down any who dare cast such aspersions. Can I see your tits?
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace.
Like poison.
Like poisson.
Poison. We need evidence to back us up here.
Yes, evidence. Maybe we'll get some evidence. Next time on
Next time on Shadow Dawn! Bye-bye!